Hey guys, welcome back. Now, today's unboxing video is going to be a little bit different. It's from a smaller company that I found on my Instagram page called the Tactical Fishing Company. They posted, I don't know how long ago it was, but it was a snakehead picture and something about like their frogs catching snakehead. And if you watch my channel, you know I catch a lot of snakehead myself, so I was pretty interested in that. And I started following them. And recently they posted a picture of a worm and the colors were really cool, so I decided, okay, I got to try placing an order with this place. From what I can tell, they're a small, veteran-owned company, which I think is pretty cool. And based on what they have on their website, they got a lot of cool stuff. Usually I place a small order when I'm dealing with a company that I'm not familiar with, just to make sure everything's legit. And in this case, absolutely legit. My payment went through quickly with a secure payment method. I got my order super fast. Shipping was reasonable. I got no negatives to say. So this is going to be a shorter unboxing because I didn't place a huge order. But I've already opened everything up and looked at it. It's some pretty cool stuff. So let me show you what we got. So the first thing I bought, well, the first thing I'm going to show you anyway, is actually the reason I placed the order. These worms here. Okay, now I'm guessing it might be a newer product because on some of these other bags I have, everything's labeled on the packaging. This one's not, but this is their 5.7 inch The Tickler. Pretty cool looking little speed worm. It's kind of thin. The color's what got me though. They call this color Bama. And it's a really good version of, what is it, Bama Bug or Bama Craw, I forget. Someone tell me down below. You guys will know better than I do. I fished some TRDs in this color once, and I just had a great day with that. So let me pop one of these out and give you a show, because these are pretty cool looking worms. Alright, so here we are, the 5.7 inch Tickler in Bama. It's basically like a little speed worm, except this tail here, you can actually, it comes connected, and you can break this plastic, so you get more of a, you know, almost like a curly tail effect. But what I really liked about it was the color scheme. It's got the green pumpkin on top, combined with like that orange on the bottom. But again, what caught me a little bit different, the black, the orange, and a little bit of blue flake they put in this thing. Not sure if you can see that or not, but man, that's a good looking worm. Now it's a little skinnier than most of the worms that I would normally throw, but that's not necessarily a bad thing either. So I don't know. I think it's going to do really, really well, especially as it gets a little cooler, you want a smaller profile worm. So, again, I think it's going to do pretty well. Now, the plastics they use, I've been trying to think of what it reminds me of, and the best comparison I think I can make is the culprit plastics, the culprit Fat Max worms. I use those a lot. And while these are skinnier, the composition, if you will, of the plastic seems very, very similar. But again, it's a good-looking worm. It's got a lot of ribs in it. And it feels fairly durable. Obviously, I haven't put any fish on it yet, but it does feel fairly durable. I don't know. I think it's going to do very well, and this is actually the whole reason I just decided to pull the trigger. I've been wanting some of their frogs for a while, but just never got around to it. But I got some for this order, so stay tuned. All right, cruising their website, another thing I noticed they had were some smaller paddle tail swim baits, and I do like throwing those. In fact, I've recently been making a lot of my own jig heads to work with those smaller paddle tail swim baits. So when I saw they had some, and they looked like they were a decent price too, a 5-pack for $4, you're not gonna beat that. I decided to pick some up. They call them the Ballistic Shad. I picked up 3 packs of these in 3 different colors. One thing I want to show you on their packaging. First of all, the packaging itself, very professional, very cool looking. It's got their website on the back, made in the USA. I was pretty happy to see that. And then of course I got their California warning. That's the thing. But inside their packaging here are these little plastic sleeves. I've noticed it's not coming in all of their baits, but on some of their baits, they include this little plastic sleeve, which I think is a really great touch. It's going to keep everything nice and solid on the inside. In fact, I think some of the Strike King plastics do the same thing, if I'm not mistaken. But these are pretty cool little baits, 3.8 inch paddle tails. Let me take one out and show you. There we are. So again, 3.8 inch, so not huge, but really cool looking. And what I like about them the most, I think, is just how kind of plain they are. There's no face on these. There's not a whole lot of like fin detail and all that, which is something you see a lot in soft plastic manufacturing right now. I kind of like the simplicity of it. Let's take a look. So this is the color they're calling Little Shad, like Lil Wayne, right? It's got basically a pearl looking white on the bottom with a clear plastic on top, but it's got like a hint of like a black or a smoke. And then from what I can tell, it's got at least 2, if not 3 different sizes of flake in there. We've got black, purple, and silver. I'm getting a little lag on my camera. Sorry, I'm trying to get this so y'all can see it, but a little bit of lag is getting a little annoying. But as you can see, it's pretty basic. Just a big, thick chunk of soft plastic here. And it's got some striations, we'll say, on the tail. And, you know, typical little paddle tail. But I like these. I think these are going to do very, very well. In fact, those jig heads I was just showing you, I think it's going to pair pretty well with that. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's going to look pretty good. Now, I did pick these up in a variety of colors. This is the Little Shad. And then I picked up Fire Tiger. Pretty cool looking Fire Tiger, I must say. This one's got the black and the orange flake. I think it's going to do great. The Peacock Bass, I don't know, either they love this color or they really hate this color, but the Peacock Bass seem to attack this just fine. And then the last color I picked up on the Ballistic Shad is what they call Rush, which is basically a black on top with a clear on bottom and just a buttload of this gold flake. It really looks good. And let me tell you something about gold. If you're fishing water kind of like I am, where it's tannic, what I mean is if your water looks like iced tea, throw gold. Especially if you've got a little bit of sunlight that day, it's going to hit that gold flake and you're going to get bit. Tip from me. So down here in Florida, we have a bunch of that tannic water. Gold works really well. All right, those are some really cool paddle tails, but the star of the show, I think, are these freaking frogs. Check this out. Look at that. Have you seen a frog that looks like that? I got 3 of them in 3 different colors. These are called their terror toads. All right, don't worry. We're going to open these up to get a better look. But these are called terror toads, and I had to write some stuff down from the website here. They're 2.5 inches long and about a ½ ounce in weight. I haven't opened these up yet. I'm just kind of waiting for the video. But these are some friggin' cool looking toads. Let me bust one out and show it to you. Voila. I actually took all 3 out to show them to you because these are freaking cool. Move a couple to the side first and I'll show you one in detail. Now, again, they're called terror toads. And this one, this color here, is called Crush. Let's get a better look. Check out the friggin' detail on these things. And I don't even know what it's supposed to be looking like. It's got like a little dragon scale thing happening. These bright, bright colors. They even got their Tactical Fishing Company logo on the belly. Pretty freaking cool. As you can see, here's the weight. So this thing's going to sit, you know, like that, give or take, in the water. Very, very soft, supple plastic. There, ow, and a very sticky hook. But this is going to collapse, if you can see that. So, real easily collapsible plastic. Which, you know, snakehead, they are, you know, ferocious freaking predators. It doesn't really take much to get them to start going for stuff, but they hit and they hit hard. And that's kind of what got me on these. I don't generally use hollow body frogs for snakehead because they're toothy and they tear them the heck up. But these guys are pretty much promoting these frogs for snakehead, so I'm really excited to throw these. Because a lot of times y'all just buzz a frog over the top or whatever, but sometimes you want to just keep it in one spot. You see that snakehead waking around, you're just trying to get its attention. So I'm really excited to use these. And again, just some cool looking freaking toads, man. So again, this one's called the Crush. Let me bust out a different color for you. This one's just white. We'll have a better look. Here it is, white with the yellow accents, and they're the same mold. It's just got these different colors on it, which is really freaking cool. Again, very collapsible, same kind of collapsible plastic. Sticky, sharp hooks. I dig them. I dig them. And this one was called McNasty. Look at that freaking thing. Super, super cool. And again, same basic detail on all of these. Well, just a cool, different color scheme. There's something different. I haven't seen anything like this on the market. Now, I do see, maybe you can see it here on overhead camera, maybe you can see that giant hole with the hooks coming out. So I don't know if that's going to collect a lot of water or not. I haven't had a chance to fish these yet. But, I mean, all frogs do. You give them a little squish and the water squirts out, right? It's not that big a deal. But this one, I mean, just, you're going to be able to see this thing a mile away when you cast it. crazy excited to fish these. Alright, so there it is. Like I said, it's probably going to be a little shorter of a video. I did not place a huge order, but I do plan on going out and throwing some of these around. It's South Florida. It's a little chilly right now. I went out, South Florida chilly. I went out yesterday, took the kayak out for a little bit. I stepped in the water to get into the kayak, and the water temps were pretty freaking cold. It was also gloomy and rainy. I don't know if you've seen in the news, we got like 2 or 3 days of straight freaking rain. We got all flooded out and stuff. So the fishing conditions aren't ideal right now. When I did go out yesterday, I did manage to grab 2 bass, but no pattern that I could find. One was on a swim bait, and the other was on like a creature bait. And that was it. And that was in a couple hours of fishing, only 2 fish. So, yeah, conditions aren't great right now. But once they open up a little bit, I can't wait to throw these paddle tails around for sure. Because these, again, I think are going to go great with my new favorite jig head that I've been making. I got to make a video on those because I'm really excited about them. And these frogs, man, I mean, you just aren't going to find anything this freaking cool. I absolutely love them. At least the looks of them. We'll have to fish them and find out. But very, very cool. Again, this is the Tactical Fishing Company. I found them on Instagram. I'll put all the information I have for them down in the description if you want to go check them out. I thought I saw something about a Black Friday sale. I got these on Veterans Day. They did a Veterans Day sale, which doesn't surprise me. They're a veteran-owned company, so that didn't surprise me. So check out their website, see what they got. Even not on sale, these frogs were only $5.50 a pop. Regular price, so not expensive. In fact, I don't know if I mentioned it or not. The ballistic shads, they are, again, I wrote everything down, a 5-pack for $4. So excuse me if I'm doing one of these. And the tickler, that was a 6-pack for $4.49. Thank you guys very much for watching another video. I really do appreciate it. Please remember to like this video if you don't mind. I'm trying to get my watch hours up, and the more you like the video, the more YouTube puts me out there for other people to see. So if you like this kind of content, hitting that like button is a huge help. Leave a comment if you feel like it. Let me know what you think about these things, actually, especially if you're out there hunting snakehead like I am. A lot of what they show are northern snakehead. Bullseye snakehead can't be much different, but I'm looking forward to throwing a bunch of pictures of bullseyes up on their Instagram page. So, thanks again, guys. I really do appreciate y'all. I'll catch you on the next one.